Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to talk about the missing link and just what that means exactly when we talk about the theory of evolution. Now, of course, the theory of evolution is this belief that billions of years ago, life started in the oceans. And from the simple forms of life, all life as we know today evolved, including you and me. Now, what happened basically is this idea that these single celled creatures that first came to life in the oceans will later evolve into more sophisticated lives, such as fish. And fish maybe evolved into amphibians, and amphibians would later evolve into reptiles, and reptiles would evolve into birds. Reptiles would also evolve into mammals. And of course, from these first mammals, we see humans finally evolving. Now, when we talk about missing link, what we're talking about is the fossil record. And of course, everyone knows what a fossil is, right? You can go out in your neighborhood probably right now. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can probably go out, find a rock formation, smash open some rocks, and you're going to find some sort of fossil. Could be an insect, could be a fish, could be a plant, could be a mammal, may even be a dinosaur. So fossils are all over the world, and they're pretty easy to find. And the trouble is, there's just all kinds of different fossils, and so excuse me. So you are going to have some training, kind of figure out what they are. And there are scientists; that's their job, right? That's what they do. Um, Now, when we talk about missing link, what we're looking at is this idea that whatever life form we're talking about, in this case, let's talk about us, humans, we evolved from simpler beginnings. And when we talk about missing links, what we're looking at is a chain of animals that led to us. And so if we look at like a links in a chain, in other words, we are humans, what kind of animals came before us that we evolved in? And these should be connected like links in a chain. Now, of course, as we look back at the fossil record, the problem is that whatever animal you pick, there's going to be some missing links. In other words, it jumps from one type of for creature to the next, and there's not an in between there for some reason. Now, the theory of evolution is pretty simple. It says that life slowly evolved. There isn't no massive jumps. They're not supposed to be, if you listen to the scientists at least, right? And we see this idea that evolution is a slow process taking billions and billions of years. Okay, but that's the problem. When we talk about the missing links in these chains, it's just that it's plural, missing links. It's not just one link. It's not just one thing missing. In fact, there are thousands of missing links as we look at the fossil record. Uh, and whatever the reason is, there are many, many spots in this chain that are just plain missing. There is no clear link from the very start to what we are today. Now, this is a problem for evolutionists because they're scientists, and basically, a scientist is going to tell you that if it can't be proven, it can't be observed, then they're not going to accept it as a fact. And so, the translation of that is this: scientists cannot say that evolution is a fact because of all these missing links. And there's lots of other reasons why evolution isn't fact, it's just a theory. But this podcast, we're just looking at the missing links, right? And that's what we're going to argue is if you can't prove it, then it isn't a fact. And of course, that's what we're talking about, evolution. And of course, as a Christian, you may have already heard this. If you can't prove there's a God, then I'm not going to accept that there is a God. You know, atheists are very fond of saying that. It's not observable. You can't show, you can't prove that there's a God. Therefore, I'm going to operate as if there isn't one. That's why I'm atheist. Well, we can flip that around and say, you know what, that's just like evolution. If you can't prove evolution by showing us the links in the chain, beginning at one end and ending at the other one, there's a problem, right? Even if there's just a handful of links missing, we could overlook that. But it's not. It's thousands and thousands of links are missing, all up and down the animals and plants as we look through here. Okay. Uh, Anyway, thanks for listening. You might check out my YouTube channel and see if there's anything else of use there. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.